Hi, how are you? Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Ginger. Thank you for stopping in. You know who sent you here? Do you know? God did. I know. Even if you don't believe that, He did. Because that's what we do here. That's what I do here. I come here to try to tell you all how your life can be better with $0 more, without your health getting better, without you even having companionship. Because if you stay in the Word of God, regardless of how your days are, I'm here to tell you, in the midst of health problems, loneliness, financial difficulty, you can still have the joy of the Lord. And I have that, even though I have all them other things. So, how you been? How have you been this week? You know, this is supposed to be my Friday night video, but this computer is still giving me trouble. But I'm going to try to put this out today. Because, you know, the one I did yesterday, I don't know. It's not the greatest. I'm trying to learn editing, and we're just not going to worry about that. We're going to do this one, and we're going to be all right. So I have made myself some notes because, boy, do I have a bunch of stuff to complain about. Because you remember my weekend video, not my Sunday video, but my Friday or Saturday video is going to be all about everything else in this world that a nice little Sunday ginger shouldn't be talking about. So let's get started with the real bull crap, okay? And then, like, the first thing I'd like to say is, what in the hell is wrong with anyone who might think to be voting for the Democrats, for the demonic? And I'm not saying the Republicans are not also demonic, because I absolutely believe some of them are. And I believe some of them don't know necessarily that they're complacent or looking the other way or whatever you want to call it against what the heathen is doing, what the devil is doing with all his little heathen friends, his little heathen children. Because, you know, I'm a child of God. I hope you are too. But if you're not, you default without choosing. You're choosing. You're defaulting to the narrative of how the devil wants to use you. He can influence us. Remember, this is a spiritual battle. And I know this ain't Sunday, but listen. You know, my life consists of Jesus and God. So here we go. Kamala Harris. And this guy Walz, Tim Walz. Do you guys know about this guy, Tim? I mean, most people don't even know about Kamala. But Kamala comes from California, my friend. She was a attorney general or district attorney. District attorney, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she's the one that locked up a bunch of our brothers in America. Yes, our brothers. I know I'm pale, but I'm a child of the Most High God, so they are my brothers, regardless of their skin color. But in this particular circumstance, they are brothers of darker skin. And she single-handedly kept those people in jail and gave them good large sentences for nothing other than a little bit of reefer, or for reefer, okay? Weed, marijuana, Mary Jane, whatever. I personally believe that they should have legalized that all the years ago when they legalized alcohol, okay? I've seen more hell in my life due to alcohol than I ever have due to marijuana. But we'll just skip right over that because everybody, oh, that's the demon. No, it isn't. God, literally, it comes out of the ground. If you don't mess with it, and if you don't enhance it in any way, and you consume it, don't smoke it. If you consume it for, like, in your brownies, in your butter, in your roast, whatever, there's thousands of recipes that call for the use of Mary Jane, marijuana, cannabis, and they're delicious, and they really help with your body. So let's set that aside. Tim Walz, Kamala Harris are the two most radical people that we've had. And I'm hoping that this is not going to be close call, because if we really have that many radical people in our country, we're doomed. Even if we win this presidency, because again, I truly believe Jesus is on his way back. I don't know when, but I do know that the Bible tells us when we should be, what we should be seeing when that is on its way. I know it's been on its way forever, but there are things we're seeing. Did you know that they're actually doing a mock sacrifice over in Israel with the red heifer, a mock red heifer, right? A red cow. That's perfect because you remember the Jews don't believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God. The Jews believe that they need to have this sacrifice for the blood to wash them clean, the priests, so then their Messiah can come. That's not true. Well, they believe it's true. I don't believe it's true. We all have different beliefs, but I'm here to convince you that God is the real God, the Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Absolutely came to this earth in the flesh through a virgin birth. He went through this life being a teacher, a brother, a friend, a savior, and then he was killed. Like, he gave up his life because he did that for us, but they tortured him. They spat on him. They did all kinds of horrible things to him, for you and for me. And people can choose not to believe that, but I pity the soul that does. Because for those of us that do believe it and stand on it, our lives are better because of it. So, Tim Walz, Minnesota, that's where he's from. Does that ring a bell? Ilhan Omar, the terrorist, she's from Minnesota. Tim is the one that pushed to get tampons put in boys' locker rooms. Now, come on, we're talking about children here. We're not talking about colleges or sports arenas. We're talking about elementary schools and high schools. And if you are somebody who thinks that that's okay, you're batshit crazy. And I'm here to tell you, you are straight from the pit of hell. You are allowing an evil influence to influence you. And I don't care how much you feel that it's real. I don't care how much you feel that that's what you are or somebody you love is. It's a lie. It's from the pit of hell. And reach out to me. I will be happy to love on you, pray for you, help lift you up and encourage you without damning you, because it's not you, it's the entity that is influencing you. Yes, you are choosing to believe that, but sometimes we are trapped in what we believe because of how we're brought up and where we're brought up, and that doesn't make us wrong or bad because of that. We're wrong, sorry, but we're not bad. We're doing what we know. We're doing what makes us feel the best. There's not one person in this world that goes about their day trying to feel like shit. So I know that if you are dealing with this, even if you're a homosexual, dealing with those types of feelings, you are being influenced by a demonic entity. And the good news is you don't have to live the rest of your life this way. You can literally come to the Father, and He is the one that changes you. The Holy Spirit's the one that changes you, my friends. It is not us. Let me get back to the politics. See, I went off on that trans stuff, but I don't know why. My heart is soft for those people, because that has got to be one of the hardest things to live with in life. Even if you were on a stranded island, kind of by yourself without people picking on you, that has got to be a tremendous burden. Can you imagine not knowing your own identity, not feeling as if you are in the right body? That's got to be horrifying. But again, it's from the pit of hell, because we are made in the image of the Most High God, the Father of everything, the Creator of everything. Not the Father of everything, because not everybody chooses Him. You have to choose Him. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are straight from the pit of hell. That's where I'm coming. They push all these transgender things. They are pushing the abortion like you would not believe. And again, if you are for abortion, you're out of your batshit crazy mind. And why would I say this? Because we have this thing called an ultrasound, where you can go inside of a woman's womb and you can see what's in there. And guess what? It is a human child. It's not an embryo to be played with. It's not a fetus to be played with. An embryo and a fetus is absolutely a human child. It's just in a different stage of development. Shame on you that you can actually see inside a woman's body, and we have the technology to never, ever perform an abortion to save a mother's life. Never. You can talk to the top neonatologist in the world, happens to come from America. Don't remember their name right now, but I listened to a docu-series, and this doctor was on there, and she said there is never a reason now with technology for us to perform an abortion to save a mother's life. No, you birth the fucking baby. You birth it. And if we can't save it because it's too young, it's got too many problems, fine, but we better damn try. That baby's got a soul, honey. The moment that sperm comes and it gets in the little egg, pew, guess what happens? There is a light. There is an electrical charge that happens, and the scientists don't quite know what to call it. But you know what I call it? I call it the impartation of God, putting that spirit into that human that is made in his image. So, if you vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, you are literally voting for the gates of hell. And I don't give a damn if you don't like what I'm saying. Tell me about it in the comments or email me. Let's talk about it. I'm here to convince you that you are being influenced by evil. So, did you know that this Tim Walz, again, Minnesota, was doing a press conference? I don't remember when. I think it was like a year ago, March 23. And he is sitting in front of a Minnesota flag behind him and an American flag behind his shoulders. American flag behind his right shoulder and the Minnesota flag behind the left. And before he can do anything, he gets up out of his fancy-ass chair and he goes around and he removes the Minnesota state flag. And guess what that bitch replaced it with? Yeah, I got some naughty words. I'm upset. Guess what he replaced it with? The Somalian flag. And he has a terrorist. Yes, she's a terrorist. Look into her. Ilhan Omar. She does Somali's bidding within our Congress, and she needs to be gone. She is somebody who literally needs... Father, forgive me. But this is a person who is a snake in the grass, evil from the pit of hell. She's allowing evil influence. She has, I believe, now this is my belief, and I will go up against her head to head about this. I believe she is one of them people who have been born and bred to infiltrate us here in America. Oh, wow, that's a big old thought, huh? I believe it, and she's just one of them. Rashida Tlaib is another one from right here in Dearborn, in Michigan. It's disgusting. So he removes the flag, he puts tampons, and then guess what? Guess what about the rallies that they're saying Kamala Harris and Tim Walz is filling up? They're busting at the seams. Yeah. Well, I'll link these videos now that I know how to do it in the bottom of my video. That her group is hiring people to come and fill these stadiums. Trump doesn't need to hire anybody. Trump can't get people fit in his stadiums because the venues aren't big enough to hold the tens of thousands of people that he has coming. And you're right, I said tens of thousands because he has 10,000, 20,000, 120,000 people showing up, and Kamala Harris can't get 50 or 100 or 200 without paying them. Yep, look it up. There ain't one of you that can sit here and run your mouth back to me without going to YouTube or to Google or to Brave or any of these other ones, DuckDuckGo, and find out for yourself what I'm saying is it anywhere near true. On Sky News. Oh, I'm looking at all my little notes. And you know how they put out the word weird against J.D. Vance, which you know that him supposedly having sex between couch cushions, you know, the dry hump thing. That was debunked to be false, but yet all this other stuff has not been debunked. Like they're calling him weird, and then they're calling Tim Walz a happy warrior. And he's been going around with stolen valor. Oh, sorry. He just had a veteran come out against him. Out against Tim. I guess he's claiming that he's a major sergeant captain. Forgive me if that's said backwards, a captain, major, sergeant. I don't know how it's said, but it's like 3, and it's a high rank. And you got to complete so many different levels of different things to obtain that rank. It needs to be earned, right? Well, he didn't earn it. But he's out here telling people for many years that he did. So that just makes him a liar. Just like Kamala. Cackling Kamala. Ugh. And then what's going on over in the UK? What is happening in the UK? Do you know that there's been over 4,000 people jailed in the UK for speech? It was about 200 a year or so ago for the year. And now it's up to 4,000. And they came out on Sky News on the 4th of this month, and the government did, giving a press conference, and they were telling the people that if the protesters didn't stop, they were going to be arresting them and putting the full case of law against them. And the protesters are far-right extremists, they say, because there were multiple children stabbed to death by, those invaders that they let in over in the UK. The ones from the third world countries. The ones that don't know how to, they weren't raised in a civilized society, so they honestly act like animals, meaning they think that they are allowed to just go and take whatever the hell they want from whoever they want. Young girls, young boys, like raping them, killing them, taking knives and murdering them, cutting their heads off. Yeah, that is what the UK people are protesting. And now they're being threatened by their own government. So again, I say to you Americans, how much more before we arm up and do something about this? Like, seriously. I feel like we're just going to go right on down the damn ship, and everybody with y'all guns are just going to be sitting there going, damn, what should I have done there? Oh, and let me tell you about another thing this woman is doing. Cackling Kamala. They are paying influencers on TikTok a $1,500 drop for like a 60-second or 2-minute, I don't even know how long, it's a short video, an anti-Trump video. Yes! So they're using tech against us, that's election interference, to literally put out a bunch of lies, bullshit. But you know why they can do that? Because all you little dweebs out here that don't think for yourselves, for all you little fucking idiots that can't think, that want to, oh, well, he said this and they said that and I heard it there and I feel. I don't give a damn what you feel, okay? I give a damn about what the objective points are. What is objective? Meaning factual, something we can measure, something we can see, not subjective, like how you feel. I got feelings too, and there's things I can like either, but here we are. Get over it. It's like, just get over it. Who's going to choose what language, for example, the UK, here in America, that is hate speech? Like, you literally get arrested because of something you tweeted. Yes, it's in the UK, and you say, oh, why do I got to worry about it? Because it's on its way here. What do you mean? Mark Zuckerberg and all these hearings that have been going on in our government, where have you been? Like, literally, this is happening. We are literally being boiled. We are the fucking frog. Wake up. I know some of you are awake, but others are not. Pass this on to somebody who needs to hear it. Elon Musk and Rumble going up on a lawsuit against GARM. What's GARM? I didn't even know what GARM is. It's a global alliance, meaning a gathering, for responsible media. What is that? You ought to know too. It's about disinformation and misinformation, and they're trying to stop it. They're trying to stop our free speech. You know what? I don't care how stupid your speech is. I don't care how hateful your speech is. I should have a right to be able to hear you. I am more fearful of the people who are being made to keep their mouths shut, especially if they're batshit crazy. I want to hear from them. I want to be prepared and ready to come up against them. And you can't do that. It's like a silent bomb. No, let them speak. Let the conversation roll. So this GARM, Global Alliance for Responsible Media, Elon Musk and Rumble came up against them with a lawsuit like, you better stop, because you can't just come in here with our First Amendment, So guess what? They have now backed off. So they're not going through with whatever. I didn't go deep into the research because, you guys, you know I'm doing so much. I find the surface of it. And once I saw that they were coming up against it and the GARM, the Global Alliance, backed off, good. On to the next thing. So, Jim Jordan, Ben Shapiro, both of them, in Congress, you know, with the testifying. The channels are being demonetized, censored. That's been happening forever. I know, because I can get a little sassy on these little comments, but I even get booted off these things. Oh, you need to be nice. You need to be nice. No, I don't need to be lying to people, and I will not lie to anyone. I don't care if it's doesn't go by the man, doesn't go by the elites. Remember, the elites are demonic. And if they're not demonic, they're complacent in it. And if they're not complacent, they're not elites. Oh, wait, there is another group. I forgot. It's the ones that know what's going on, and they look the other way because they got enough money to do so, and they can't be canceled. People like Trump. Love them or hate them, it don't matter. They've been trying to find something on that man, digging as deep as they can with every intelligence apparatus on this fucking planet, and they couldn't find anything. You don't think if that man was out here abusing and hurting and molesting and pedophilicking people that we wouldn't have known about it? You're damn straight we would have. Again, knock it off when it comes to hating on Trump. Enough. He's the most researched, investigated man probably that ever walked this planet. And we everything we know about him, he's pretty damn squeaky clean. I know, I'm a little... I know it, right? I want to hear how you feel. I do. I want to hear how you feel, my friends. What's going on in your heart? Are you feeling anything like it? Why would people do this? Don't do that. Don't go out and vote. I feel like everyone should vote, but I'm about ready to say something I don't even necessarily used to believe, but I believe it this year. If you are going to go out here and vote some stupid shit like third party or against someone instead of for someone, then just stay your ass home. Stay home. It's actually really disgusting how few people vote in our country. It is so gross and so disgusting. A lot of people sit there and say, I don't want anything to do with politics. But yet you bitch and complain about every other thing that goes on in this world, in this country, in this town, whatever. Are you that ignorant to or not knowing to really believe that these things are not influential on what happens in our everyday life? It is. You got to get out here and make your voices heard. And yes, I know our voting are not free and fair. I agree. But so we're just going to sit home and keep our hands under our ass? No, we're going to go out and we're going to do what we need to do. And we're going to knock on doors if we have to. Do you do that? Do you talk to anybody, or are you too scared? Are you so scared you're going to let your country fail? You're going to let your church fail? See, that's where I'm at with my church too. Like, I feel like every church on this planet is failing when they do not come out boldly to their congregation about the culture and about what's going on in our culture and how we really need people to wake up and to get involved and to be aware and to stop where we can stop it, to stop it. Why would they do that? Why? Just for a moment, why would the Kamala Harris and the Tim Walz team come out and do all this lying? Why would they be paying people, influencers, to do anti-Trump videos? Why are they paying people to come? Why? Because they're trying to get us ready to steal the election so we can say, oh, but the polls. Oh, but she did have a lot of people at her rallies. Oh, she did have a lot of influencers, bragging her up and dissing Trump. So then we can say, oh, it was legit. No, hell no. Hell to the no. 2020 was not legit. Y'all know that. You know it. And if you don't know it, you're an idiot. I know I'm here calling a lot of people idiots today, but it's been pent up inside. And I think when we are out here being dumb, it is actually, to me, it is a responsibility to people who know you and love you to say to you, excuse me, can I show you something? Or can I explain something to you? Or could you explain to me why you see things this way or whatever? And we are supposed to be bridging those things for those that we know and love. And if you're not doing that, shame on you again. You're pathetic. I'm sorry, but you are. You're watching your country implode and you do nothing. And for those of you that want abortion on demand, You can kiss my big white butt. I am so sick of you two. It's so gross. Because again, we have the information. We can see inside the womb. We know for a fact it is ripping a child apart. And I have actually been there. I have laid on that table. I have been the child, 16-year-old young girl, who was told by my female elders, not my mom or my grandma, but female older people around me that I went to. So I didn't confide in my family, right? They all lied to me, but they were lied to, and you were lied to, and you're still being lied to if you believe, again, for one damn second that it's okay to go inside of a womb and rip a child out one piece by piece. Do you realize they go in there and they crush the skull? They rip the arms off, the legs off. Do you get it? And if you don't, look it up. Live action. They will show you in a cartoon way what an actual abortion is. And there's these abortionists out here that will say, don't show that. That's rude. That's violent. Don't do that. Don't show that. What do you mean? This is what you're doing to children who are made in the image of our Creator. You are ripping them out of the womb, and you are trying to convince we, the people, that it is for the sake of the mother and for her happiness. And I say bullshit, because again, I've lived it, and it is always there, forever and always, and everything that you can do. Yeah, there ain't one person out here that can deny it that's been through it. That's how well I know it. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I got one more thing I want to discuss for those of you that are still here. And thank you. Jamie Raskin. Anybody know who Jamie is? Yeah, he's a little dweeb from Congress again. I'm not even sure what state he's from. I'm sorry. I should have got that. I don't really follow his state, but you know, he's already talking that if Trump wins this election in 2024, that on 2025 January, just like January 6th was a so-called insurrection, well, Jamie Raskins is already saying that January 2025 they are going to have to disqualify Trump, and all of his MAGA mobs of people are going to just have to understand that, and we will need bodyguards for everyone. That's literally what this little fucker said. Excuse my mouth. Father, forgive me. Why do I still say that word? I'm sorry. This little dweeb is still doing that, saying this. So again, we are literally up against the devil. We are up against the burning gates of hell. And God literally is wondering, where are my people? Those who I call by my name. Will they not rise up and humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways? Will they cry out to me? I don't know, will you? I am. You guys, this is so serious, and I am so sorry that I am so rattled, but I've had it. I mean, I feel like I'm in Trump town because everywhere I look, I have Trump things in people's yards, like my neighbor here, my neighbor there, me. Like, I feel protected. But when I go to the park, I run up against a lot of liberal stuff. But I don't get to really talk to them. I only get to see their stupid little signs or their T-shirts or whatever, right? I'm ready to go talk. I'm ready. Like, maybe I should carry, but I'm ready nonetheless. And I hope you're ready. Even if it's just to the people who are around you, those who you love, those who you know, bring up these conversations, because no longer should we be going through this life saying, let's not talk about money, politics, or religion. That's a lie. It's a lie. Please don't do that to yourselves, especially those of you who are having families and children. Make that a conversation at your kitchen table. You may want to say to them, okay, this is nothing you're going to go out necessarily and just talk with people at dinner or whatever. But these are 3 very important conversations to talk about with your closest friends and family. And everybody should be together. We should be talking about these things. We shouldn't be completely alone in our thoughts and stuff until we are in that voting booth. Until then, we should allow many and all ideals to come in and flow out of our minds and help us to fully understand what is truly what God wants us to do. And I know I'm a big Trump fan. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. But I also know if I wasn't a Trump fan, I would be voting for him because he has the most biblically sound agenda over the Democrats. The Democrats want to kill children in the womb. The Democrats want to allow the medical system to cut our children up through this transgender crap. That's what they want to do. That's just two little things, let alone all the war, let alone the censorship through speech, let alone the next pandemic that's on its way, that's going to lock us up in our house. I'm not going to get locked up. Screw that. But I'm just saying, they're going to try things. So don't let them. I want to know, what are you going to do about it? What is she going to do? What is he going to do? What are they going to do? I'm going to pray about it, and I'm going to stick around, and I'm going to be keeping tabs on this kind of stuff. And I need to hear from you. I want to know what's going on from you. And for those of you, I need your addresses. I have 3 of you that I'm supposed to be sending these little trinket thingies to. I have 1 of your addresses, but I don't have the other 2. So could you send them to me in your email if you'd like that little trinket? For those of you that were still here on my video. Okay? I love you all. You have a great day, and I'll be back soon. Tomorrow. Have a good day.